In a world where gods and mortals often collided, beauty was both a gift and a curse. Helen of Troy, known far and wide for her allure, had seen kingdoms crumble and thousands perish in her name. Andromeda, whose beauty had been so radiant it caught the eye of celestial beings, found herself chained and left as a sacrifice to the whims of a sea monster. Medusa, once a striking maiden, bore the cruel mark of Aphrodite's jealousy. Her cursed visage turned her beauty into terror. And Aphrodite herself, the goddess of beauty, grew restless as her reign was threatened by mortals who rivaled her divine perfection. The story begins on Olympus, where Aphrodite gazes into her enchanted mirror, the images of Helen, Andromeda, and Medusa swirling like specters. She can feel her power waning, her once unchallenged supremacy over beauty slipping away. "I am the goddess of beauty," Aphrodite murmured, her voice trembling with a mix of pride and indignation. "These mortals shall learn that their fleeting allure pales against the eternal." Descending to the mortal realm, Aphrodite begins to sow the seeds of discord. With her manipulative charm, she stirs whispers of rivalry between Helen and Andromeda, convincing each that the other seeks to overshadow her. Yet, unbeknownst to Aphrodite, the whispers reach Medusa, who watches from the shadows, yearning to reclaim the life stolen from her. It is in the quiet twilight of a moonlit grove that the three women meet by chance. Helen, tired of the chaos her beauty has wrought, seeks solitude. Andromeda, finding solace beneath the stars, is drawn to the grove by a strange pull. Medusa, cloaked to hide her curse, hears of their presence and dares to approach, her heart beating with trepidation. The air crackles with tension as the three women stand face to face, each bearing the scars, both visible and unseen, of their beauty. And it is Andromeda who speaks first, her voice steady and warm. "We are more than what the gods see in us. We are more than the beauty they covet, curse, and control." In the moonlit grove, the three women sat beneath ancient trees, their silence heavy with unspoken pain. It was Andromeda who broke the stillness, her voice like the gentle flow of a stream. "I know what it feels like," she began, her eyes shimmering in the pale light. "To be seen as nothing more than a prize, a sacrifice to appease powers beyond my control. But I survived because I refused to let my beauty define me." Helen looked away, her gaze clouded with the weight of her memories. "I have been blamed for wars, for the suffering of thousands. My beauty has been my greatest weapon and my cruelest curse. I don't know how to survive it." "You will," Andromeda said firmly, her warmth cutting through Helen's despair. "You are stronger than they know, stronger than you know." Medusa, who had stood apart, now stepped forward. Her face remained hidden beneath her hood, but her voice carried the raw edge of heartbreak. "And what of me?" she asked. "What of a woman whose beauty was so envied that it was stripped from her entirely? Whose very gaze turns men to stone? Is there strength in that?" Andromeda rose and moved to Medusa's side. "There is strength in your resilience, Medusa. You have endured what no one should, and yet you are here. You are more than your curse. You are more than the jealousy of a goddess." Helen watched as Andromeda took Medusa's hands in her own, and for the first time, Medusa did not pull away. The three women, each carrying scars etched by divine meddling, began to share their stories, the moments of joy, the depths of sorrow, the dreams of freedom from their burdens. And in those shared truths, they found kinship. As the night wore on, Andromeda spoke of her plan. "Together we can confront Aphrodite, not as rivals, but as allies. We can show her that beauty is not about power or perfection. It is about individuality, about the strength to overcome what others impose upon us." Helen nodded, her resolve hardening like steel forged in fire. Medusa hesitated, but, looking into the eyes of her companions, finally whispered, "I will stand with you." Under the watchful stars, the bond between Helen, Andromeda, and Medusa solidified. A bond born not of beauty, but of shared struggle and newfound hope. They knew the path ahead would be treacherous, but together, they were ready to face it. The three women stood atop the cliffs of the mortal realm that bordered Olympus, where the winds howled and the skies burned crimson. They had journeyed together, their bond growing stronger with every step, and now they were ready to face the goddess who had controlled their fates for too long. Aphrodite awaited them, her form radiant and intimidating, surrounded by a shimmering aura of divine power. "You dare challenge me?" Aphrodite's voice echoed like thunder, her golden robes fluttering in the tempest she conjured. "I am the goddess of beauty. You are mere mortals, fragments of my design." Helen stepped forward, her eyes fierce and unwavering. "You use beauty as a weapon to control and destroy. You cursed Medusa for daring to rival you, and you played a role in the war that tore apart my life. But we are here to show you that beauty cannot be owned. It belongs to no one but ourselves." Andromeda joined Helen's side, her voice calm but resolute. "You see beauty as power, yet it is compassion and resilience that define true strength. Your pride blinds you, Aphrodite." Medusa, cloaked as ever, advanced last. Her hood fell back to reveal her face, a mix of beauty and terror. "Look at what you did to me," she said, her tone raw with emotion. "My curse is your doing, but you cannot erase me, Aphrodite. I have endured and survived. I am more than your jealousy, and I am no longer afraid." Aphrodite, trembling with rage and fear, unleashed her power. Golden light burst from her fingertips, each bolt threatening to shatter the earth itself. But the three women stood united, their combined will be forming a barrier against her fury. "You cannot defeat me!" Aphrodite cried, her divine aura flaring brighter. It was Andromeda who responded. "We are not here to defeat you, Aphrodite. We are here to show you that your reign over beauty has brought pain and division. It is time to change." The goddess faltered, her attack slowing as doubt crept into her mind. She looked at the women before her, Helen, Andromeda, and Medusa, and saw their resilience, their unity. It was something she had never truly understood, isolated by her own pride and divine status. In a moment of vulnerability, Aphrodite's aura dimmed, and the tempest ceased. The skies calmed, and silence fell. "You have shown me something I have never seen," Aphrodite admitted, her voice softened. "Perhaps beauty is more than power, more than perfection. Perhaps it is a reflection of the strength within us all." The confrontation ended not with victory or defeat, but with transformation. Aphrodite's divine pride began to unravel, replaced by a new understanding. The three women stood triumphant, not because they had defeated the goddess, but because they had reclaimed their own identities and reshaped the meaning of beauty for mortals and gods alike. In the aftermath of the confrontation, the world begins to shift. The skies, once turbulent, clear to reveal a serene expanse, as if the heavens themselves acknowledge the transformation that has taken place. Aphrodite retreats to Olympus, her divine aura diminished, but her heart opened to new understanding. For the first time, she reflects on her pride and the harm it has caused. Though still a goddess, she vows to wield her influence with greater care, allowing beauty to flourish in all its forms without imposing her will upon it. For Helen, the burden of her past begins to lift. Though she cannot erase the wars fought in her name, she gains a newfound sense of agency. She decides to use her story as a testament to the dangers of objectifying beauty, striving to redefine her legacy as one of strength and resilience. Andromeda, always the voice of grace and wisdom, is hailed as a beacon of hope among mortals. Her courage in confronting Aphrodite inspires others to see beauty as a reflection of inner strength rather than superficial allure. She becomes a symbol of compassion, leading by example. Medusa, once cursed and feared, finds redemption in the eyes of the world. She is no longer defined by her curse but by her perseverance. Her story spreads across the mortal realm as a tale of resilience and triumph, and the gaze that once turned men to stone now inspires awe and respect. Together, the three women are celebrated not just for their beauty, but for their courage and unity. They part ways, each embarking on their own journey, but their bond remains unbreakable. Their alliance marks the dawn of a new era, where beauty is celebrated in all its complexity, an era where mortals and gods alike learn to value strength, individuality, and kindness above all else. As for Aphrodite, she watches from Olympus, silently admiring the changes she resisted for so long. While her pride may linger, she cannot deny the impact of Helen, Andromeda and Medusa, a trio who dared to challenge a goddess and change the world.